The following is a special presentation of the First Horizon Green Sports Zone. This is the Pizza Inn Brad Woolsey Show. Welcome back to First Horizon's Green Sports Zone, and welcome back to this week's edition of the Pizza Inn Brad Woolsey Show, where we cover everything on the hardwood with the Greeneville Green Devils basketball team. We'll recap last week's action with Science Hill and Morristown East and preview this week's action with Maryville and Sevier County on the schedule. But first, we need to get a break in first, so stick with us. We'll talk about those right after this break here on First Horizon's Green Sports Zone. The Pizza Inn Brad Woolsey Show is brought to you by Gateway Ford Nissan, Tommy's Plumbing, Pizza Inn, and by First Horizon Bank.
Here's a twist on your typical banking options. What if instead of choosing between a big bank or a small bank, you had one bank that's the best of both? That's First Horizon. Big bank muscle with small bank hustle. Big bank convenience and small bank connection. When the best of big meets the best of small, you get it all. To help you on the road to your horizon. First Horizon Bank.
Welcome back to First Horizon's Green Sports Zone, and welcome back to this week's edition of the Pizza Inn Brad Woolsey Show, where we cover everything on the court with the Greeneville Green Devils basketball team. As always, I'm joined here with Green Devils head coach Brad Woolsey. Coach, how's it going today?
Good, Tyler. How are you?
I'm good. You're getting ready for the first home game out here.
Yes,
Won't talk
sir.
about it too much, but you've been away for far too long now. It's finally the first home game of the season, the fourth week. How are you feeling about it?
You know, we're really excited about it. Just finally having a chance to play at home against a really good opponent. It's going to be a great night, and hope our Green Devil faithful are out tonight in full force.
Absolutely. I'm hoping so also. And if you've got the opportunity after the game, go swing by Pizza Inn. It's an $8 buffet. If you can't make it out tonight, you've got Friday night. If you can't make it out Friday night, it's an $8 buffet Monday through Friday. So go out and grab some pizza, pasta, salad, whatever you like at Pizza Inn. Shout out to them for sponsoring this show. Let's go through last week's action. Had two tough road games, Science Hill, Morristown East. Two competitive games that didn't go your way in the end that both resulted in losses. So take me through both of those games and what you liked out of the team.
Well, the first one was Science Hill. You know, we knew going in they've got some guys that played a lot last year. They've got a lot of experience. They've had a couple of injuries, but they also brought in some guys or had some guys transfer in that really make a difference. And I felt like overall we really competed well. I was really pleased with the effort of our kids, and there's always going to be some rough spots, but really proud of their effort. And then Morristown East on Friday night, tough game. Felt like it's a game we probably should have won. Had some opportunities to win it, but we didn't get it done. We looked at our stats, and I kind of tracked every shot that they took and we took, and I felt like we got a number of better shots, but we just didn't convert. And so hopefully that'll get better as we go along, that we get those good shots, we knock them down.
And progressing too, because now we're seeing the boys play competitive games. 10-point loss to Science Hill and just that 1-point loss to Morristown East. So is everything starting to click more that you've got the football guys now and that you've been able to practice with them a little bit?
Yeah, definitely. It's every day that you get, things tend to get better, and so it's been good to have. I guess we've had 4 days of practice at this point with everybody, and so it's starting to come together some. We're still. I think Willie will be back tonight to play a little bit. He's been out 2 weeks. Ryan Maggart's still out, so there's still kind of some pieces that need to come together. But overall, pleased. And you kind of really, this stage, you're really kind of just. It's almost like you're diagnosing what's going on, and really just trying to diagnose where do we need to get better, where do we need to make some changes. And that's what we focused on yesterday in practice, was just trying to find a way to make some changes that we need to do.
And going back to that Morristown East game, it results in a 1-point loss, but it's something that the boys hadn't experienced this year, and that's a game that comes down to the final minutes. Weren't able to pull it out, but they learned some things in that, playing in a tight ball game down to the wire. So what are some things that you learned from your team that you want to correct going forward in those close situations?
There are two things that probably stand out. Number one was just fouling. We, going down the stretch, we we fouled. And, you know, in those situations, we don't want to do that. We want to just play straight up defense and let the chips fall where they may. But we fouled a little bit, honestly, ended up not being hurt by it. Aside from the fact that, you know, in the last set of free throws we gave up an offensive rebound on a free throw. And that was due to just some fundamental stuff that we've got to be better at. Ball came off funny off the rim, bounced off of us. They recover it and get one more shot, and then of course we end up fouling again after almost getting a 5 count, and put them to the line. And you know, the guys did a great job the last play of executing. You know, Jordan got the ball down the floor and got an open look to Parker, which we're always going to be happy with, but it just didn't go down. And but definitely a learning experience for us.
And then having not everybody, still don't have a full team yet, as you mentioned, with Willie and Ryan still being out, but you're starting to see some of the guys come into form now out of football season, and you're starting to see some of the guys that have played all year start to figure things out. So who were you the most impressed with in your pair of games last week?
I kind of think more about the East game and kind of some things I saw. Braylon did a really good job of scoring for us against Morristown East. Shot the ball well, did a great job at the free throw line, so really pleased with him. You know, Zai continues to learn and to figure it out. He's a great athlete, a great basketball player, and so we'll continue to see him make improvements. And Amir Knight was probably one that stood out a little bit out in our Morristown East game, just because defensively hedging ball screens, motor was high, really good job for him. So that was exciting to see.
And I think Zai Neal is a player we hadn't talked about a lot. We hadn't been able to since you hadn't had a lot of your football players on your team, but he's a freshman that a lot of people haven't seen. Of course, people have seen Taryn Clarity, Jordan Mills, people have seen Braden Kidwell, but people hadn't seen Zai Neal yet, and they're getting that first opportunity to see him out on the court. So how much of an impact has he made in his early days at the varsity level?
He's made a big impact. Probably a couple things that stand out. One, he's coachable, and so that's always kind of number one on the list of things you're looking for is a guy coachable. Number two, he's a competitor. He doesn't shy away from competing, whether it's 94 feet from the basket or whether it's right under the rim. He's going to try and be physical. He's going to try and go make plays, and so he's been pretty fun to watch so far. I think he had 16 against Scienceville and 11 against Morristown East. So yeah, he's definitely coming along.
And now you've got your first home game finally. Fourth week of the season now. Finally get to be here at home tonight with Maryville. So we'll talk about that after the break. So stick with us. Don't go anywhere. We'll talk about those pair of games with Maryville and Sevier County right after this break here on First Horizon's Green Sports Zone.
Here's a twist on your typical banking options. What if instead of choosing between a big bank or a small bank, you had one bank that's the best of both? That's First Horizon. Big bank muscle with small bank hustle. Big bank convenience and small bank connection. When the best of big meets the best of small, you get it all. To help you on the road to your horizon. First Horizon Bank.
Pizza Inn presents I Ate at Pizza Inn. I ate pizza at Pizza Inn. I ate a salad at Pizza Inn.
I ate pizza!
I ate it all.
Hi, I'm Kyle, and I'm inviting you to come and enjoy Greeneville's favorite hometown pizza, pasta, salad, and dessert buffet for just $8 all day, Monday through Friday. And then you can say,
we all ate at Pizza Inn.
Tommy's Plumbing has been in business for 30 years, and we're still growing because we treat our customers like family. We are proud to do any job from kitchen faucet installation to a complete home repipe. Tommy's Plumbing offers warranties on most products installed by our technicians. When the job is done, our friendly professionals make sure to clean up. We invite you to visit our new showroom in Jonesboro to see our quality products for yourself. Tommy's is the only one to call when you need a fast, reliable, professional plumber in the Tri-Cities.
At many dealerships, you get what you'd expect. Games, gimmicks, and shady sales tactics. At Gateway Nissan in Greeneville, expect the unexpected. Low prices, convenient service, and a great buying experience.
Get our Gateway exclusive lifetime powertrain warranty.
No worries for life.
You deserve the unexpected. It's the #1 reason you gotta get to Gateway.
Shop online at gatewaynissangreeneville.com.
Or take the super short drive down Highway 11E to Gateway Nissan in Greeneville.
Welcome back to First Horizons Green Sports Zone, and welcome back to this week's edition of the Pete and Brad Woolsey Show, where we cover everything on the hardwood inside of Hal Henner Gymnasium with the Greeneville Green Devils. As always, I'm joined here with Devils head coach Brad Woolsey. Finally, the doors will open here at Hal Henner Gymnasium in just a few hours as you welcome in the Maryville Rebels. So we talked about it, how excited you were in the first half. Tell us what we can expect when Maryville comes in here tonight.
Maryville's going to be a really experienced team. I think 3 of these kids have started for them for 3 years. They went to the state tournament as sophomores, had a really good year last year as well. Got really good size. They got a kid that's 6'9", probably 220 inside, maybe 210, but a really good sized kid. And then they've got length at guard. They're 6'2", 6'2", 6'3", and 6'4". So a really long team, shoot the ball well, coached well. There'll be a really tall order for us coming in here, but we're really excited about it.
And then looking forward to Friday also, Sevier County. What can we expect in that game when the Smoky Bears come in here on Friday night?
Yeah, Sevier County is just, they're well coached. That's one of the first things. Coach Wright, again, has been a tremendous coach for a long time. But they're going to come in and run their motion offense, and really these two teams are really going to test your fundamentals probably more than anything else, because they are motion-based teams versus they don't run a lot of sets, and so they're going to be really difficult to guard. And Sevier County is disciplined. They'll have all their guys back. They'll just have a few practices under the belt, but they've got some of those football guys they'll have back Friday night, and so it'll be a tough game.
And it's a rematch. You played them earlier in the season, played them in week 1. So normally I like to ask about a rematch, like what can you do differently in this one? But a lot of things are different because you've got near a full squad. They've got near a full squad. So it's kind of a completely different ball game. It's like playing a totally different opponent. It doesn't really feel like a rematch going into this one in sorts.
Yeah, no. And I think in that game, Willie played the 1 basically the whole game, which he's not going to play the 1 now.
Yeah.
We've got different people. They're going to have different people. So it's really going to be like game 1, to be real honest, other than having some familiarity with what they run. Personnel-wise, it's going to be like game 1. But, that's another, man, we're just thankful we have some of these good teams, good programs coming in here that have been successful and give us a chance to play in front of our home folks.
Absolutely, and hopefully get a few more of those too as we finally get the home game started tonight here on Tuesday night. So if you've got the opportunity to make it out later, then go ahead and make your way down to Hal Henner Gymnasium. If you're seeing this later after the game, you've got Friday night also. Sevier County comes into town also. So you got either of those 2 games to pick from, or you could come to both, and after the game, you can swing by Pete's Inn for their $8 buffet Monday through Fridays. But unless there's anything else you've got to add, Coach, I believe that's all we got.
That's all I got.
I know you're a busy man. You've got a gym to get ready tonight, so I appreciate your time.
Thanks, Tyler.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you all for watching this week's edition of the Pete and Brad Woolsey Show. Look forward to seeing you next time here on First Horizons Green Sports Zone.